Hey, Dosty, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good, good. Well, first, I want to thank you for joining me today and speaking about a topic that everyone's grappled with from time to time, and that's managing difficult customer interactions and managing stress. In your experience and probably longevity in the industry, you've had a number of different roles, and again, occasionally had to handle all these conversations, talking through them, and trying to do your best to turn a negative into a positive. With that in mind, if you don't mind just giving me a feel for when you first came into the industry, a few different roles you had, and where you are right now.
Oh, well, thanks, David. Well, I started about 18 years ago as a contractor doing residential installs. Stayed there for about 5 years, then moved in-house, and then from there into a maintenance technician. And now I'm currently in a role where I am this kind of the subject matter expert for our field guys. So I'm a liaison between corporate and leadership and our field guys. So I do training, go on site and help troubleshoot difficult issues. Um, and just kind of build bridges between corporate and our field technicians to make sure everybody's needs are met. So
Excellent.
it's
Well,
pretty cool gig.
yeah, it sounds great, and it sounds like you got a lot of experience to draw from. So, well, let's cut to the chase. Can you tell me about a customer interaction that didn't go well? A stressful one where, again, it's just that customer was not happy, very difficult, challenging, what you physically felt, what you went through. If you don't mind sharing with us, that'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. I had an interesting one back in my contractor days. Came to a customer's house, knocked on the door. He opened the door, and just from there, he was cussing and angry that another contractor had showed up to his house and he requested an in-house technician. Those are tough, right? Because you have to show some confidence, like, hey, I'm here to fix your service, and you can trust that I'm going to do the right thing. But he was persistent. You're the third contractor that's been here. You're all lazy and f bombs and everything else, right? So it's tough, right? Because you're like, man, like he's just coming at me and doesn't even know me, and I feel like I'm really actually a good technician. So it takes some time and it takes a little bit of confidence to let customer vent and listen to what they've got to say. I think that's the most important thing is let them get it out of their system, and
Mhm.
then I like to just show confidence that, hey, I'm here to fix it. What start asking them questions, like what kind of issues are you having? And eventually they start talking to you, and then they
Yeah.
start building a little bit of rapport and trust with you. So you have to let some of that go, just brush it off your shoulder and just be diligent and get through it, right? So I finally convinced this customer that, hey, I can fix this. Let's take a look at what it is. And turns out he had some cable tiling issues. So he let me in, and I'm all right. We'll take me to the TV and start checking the connections and stuff. Well, like, oh, the last guy did that. Okay. Well, I just need to do a due diligence check
Yeah.
here. All right, where's this? Where's this TV fed from? Do you have like a spot where there's splitters and things inside the house? I seen the outside connection only had one connection there, and it had multiple TVs. So he did take me upstairs. They had a little closet area where all the splitters went to, and there was a pretty new amplifier in there that looked like somebody installed very recently. The last guy was in there. He messed with all that stuff, and he didn't fix it. And put in this amp. It didn't fix it, and still cussing, not happy, follow me around.
Jeez.
Those customers. So that could be a little stressful, right? There's like, hey, I've got this. Let me
Yeah.
take care of this. Um, so from there, yeah, I checked the signal. You had low SNR, and yeah, that's going to contribute to your tiling. So work my way outside. Of course, customers follow me out there. Check the
Yep.
demarc. Everything's good. I'm like, well, everything's good here. So at least we're getting good service to the side of your house. It's like, okay, well, where's this wire go? So we just follow the wire. It goes up, goes second story up into the attic. All right, sir. I need to go in your attic. Check this out. Oh, well, I guess. So pull the ladder out and climb up there. Of course, this thing's all the way in the back. Climb all the way back there. And sure enough, I find about a 6 foot section of just exposed stinger where rats or something that just chewed all the
Yeah.
coax down to just
Yep.
the stinger.
Yep.
So take a picture, go down, show the customer, and he's like, "Holy cow!" Like, why is it taking so many technicians to find this? I,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really speak for the other guys, but I like to make sure I'm doing my due diligence, checking all the boxes. So we'll get it fixed for you, and we'll make sure it all works for you. Okay. So from there, he starts calming down, right? So just being diligent and making sure that you're staying calm, confident, but not too confident, right? You don't want to be cocky, right? Because you don't want to anger the customer, but just the confidence is a big thing to let you know that, hey, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna take care of you. And it feels good, when you actually do fix it for the customer, you get that sense of pride and workmanship, and it feels good. It's a good feeling for sure. So that one, we end up splicing in a section of cable and got that squared away. He called the pest control company, and we got that one squared away, and he was a happy camper. But you can't let those customers stress you out too much and weigh on your shoulders, because you don't want to take that home. You don't want to take that to your next job. So sometimes you just have to just work through it.
Well, the persistence paid off, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
So is it fair to say then your approach, whether it's that one and subsequent ones, those interactions, allow you to kind of hone your approach, right? Your process moving forward. So you're learning from these experiences. Do you feel now like, again, when this pops up, right, you can relate to that, you can draw from that? Do you feel you're stronger now, when you come into these stressful situations?
Oh, for sure. Every time you run into one of these scenarios, it's like a learning experience, right? You're learning, you're gaining a little bit more knowledge about customers and how to be a little more sympathetic, and how to interact with the customer. Each time it's a little more practice, right? So I'm like, oh, I've seen this before. I've dealt with this situation. I know how to handle this type of customer. So the more you run into it, the better you're going to get at it.
Yeah. And there's so many things to consider, right? I mean, it can be face to face, it can be over a Teams or Zoom, it can, just be phone. But, thinking about the things that are really important, again, trying to diffuse or manage that is, eye contact, right? Face to face, eye contact, perhaps the tone of your voice, right? Being able to communicate and ask for that customer to be able to kind of replay that issue, right? Explain it. So I just think about there's these number of things probably in the tool case, right, that can be used to effectively manage and bring that level of stress down. So are those the types of things, meaning like even body language, tone of voice, those things are important as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's easy sometimes to just bring some of that stress with you. So you have to always remember to smile and to not bring any of that negative energy, right, to the customer. You want to be a tone of voice that's polite, and you're here to help, and confident.
Yeah, definitely. So in sort of when I think about, it's not only just the situation right at hand with the customer, but maybe afterward. What do you tend to do? It could be before work or after a situation like this. I mean, is it listening to music? Is it a certain app, or, grabbing a bite to eat? What are some of the things that over the years that you've found that help kind of bring you down, or to a place where you feel a little bit better, a little bit calmer? What are some things you can share there?
Yeah, sometimes dealing with a stressful customer can stress you out. So yeah, listening to music, sometimes calling a colleague and just venting, and like telling the situation, and just kind of getting it off your chest. I mean, you definitely want to do what works for you to get some of that stress off your shoulders. You don't want to bring that home.
No.
But, so it's if you have something that helps relieve some of that stress, you know, don't hesitate to use it, right? If it's listening to some music, maybe just taking a lunch break, calling a colleague, anything that you can do to help release some of that stress, it's going to be better for you.
Any other like parting thoughts, as you think about the subject at all? Anything else that you can think of to share?
I would have to say, just don't fear the confrontation, right? You use it as a learning experience. Gather as much of it as you can, because the more situations you get in like that, it's practice, right? So you're going to get better and better and better. So each time you're going to be able to contour what the customer's needs are based on the situation, because you've been in that situation before. You're not a stranger to it. You're going to be more confident, and ready to tackle whatever they've got coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It is. It's in that moment, it's really hard to say, you know what, this is a great learning experience because it's difficult, it's disappointing, it's
Yep.
super stressful. However, again, just understanding and appreciating that that is, a teachable moment, something that you can pull from that and learn from that, so that when it does happen again, you're in a position to, have work through your own checklists or processes to make it as positive as possible for that customer and yourself. So I think that's important. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to share some insights and feedback with us. And I wish you nothing but the best.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yep, you're welcome. Take care.